Fired on Friday? Erased by Monday? How does an A-lister vanish from a blockbuster? Hollywood spends fortunes to get casting perfect, yet studio history is littered with abrupt phone calls that change careers overnight. Tonight, we'll sprint through 10 jaw-dropping dismissals, from a secret Marty McFly to a billion-dollar wizard who lost his wand, proving that in show business, no one is fireproof. Eric Stoltz. There's a secret Marty McFly you've never seen. In late 1984, the cameras rolled on Back to the Future with 23-year-old Eric Stoltz tearing through Hill Valley. 5 weeks later, director Robert Zemeckis stopped the DeLorean. Stoltz's method-heavy intensity, he decided, was smothering the comedy the script needed. Universal greenlit a $4 million reshoot, Stoltz was quietly thanked, and Michael J. Fox stepped in, an unheard-of gamble that paid off with a $388 million hit. Stuart Townsend. 2 days before cameras rolled, Aragorn disappeared. Irish actor Stuart Townsend trained for months in New Zealand, mastering sword forms and elvish lines. On the eve of principal photography, Peter Jackson decided Aragorn needed more gravitas. Townsend, 28, was too young. He was sent home without pay, and Viggo Mortensen caught the first plane south, saving a trilogy that would redefine fantasy cinema. Townsend later admitted he still has no good feelings for those people in charge. Understandable, since he'd already spent his advance on relocation. Harvey Keitel. Fired in the jungle, before the monsoon hit. Francis Ford Coppola cast Harvey Keitel as Captain Willard, shipped him to the Philippines, then watched playback that felt too restless, too active for the brooding assassin he'd imagined. One weekend, Keitel was whisked off set. Martin Sheen replaced him, bringing the haunted, calm Coppola wanted. The swap lengthened an already chaotic shoot, but it crystallized the hypnotic fatalism that made the film a classic. Megan Fox. A single interview cost her the franchise. After 2 smash hits, Megan Fox compared director Michael Bay's on-set style to Hitler. Bay laughed it off, but executive producer Steven Spielberg, whose first feature was literally Duel, didn't. Within days, Fox's option for Dark of the Moon was revoked. In came Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, and Fox learned the hard way that free speech can carry an 8-figure price tag in Hollywood. Terrence Howard. Marvel slashed 80% of his paycheck, so he walked. Terrence Howard, highest paid actor in the first Iron Man, expected a hefty raise for round 2. Marvel instead offered an 80% pay cut, reportedly telling him the movie will be successful with or without you. Howard declined the deal, Don Cheadle accepted the armor, and became War Machine for a decade. According to Howard, Robert Downey Jr. absorbed the freed-up salary, a claim Marvel has never addressed. Either way, Hollywood's richest universe learned that recasting can be cheaper than renegotiating. Edward Norton. Marvel loved the Hulk, hated the rewrites. Edward Norton helped rewrite 2008's Incredible Hulk, even locking himself in an editing bay to shape the final cut. When ensemble planning began, Marvel released a curt statement. They needed an actor with a collaborative spirit to join the team. Translation, the endless rewrites and marathon notes sessions convinced Kevin Feige that Norton would clash with the shared universe machine. Mark Ruffalo debuted to roaring applause at Comic-Con 2010, and the MCU never looked back. Kevin Spacey. Ridley Scott reshot an entire movie in 6 weeks. With all the money in the world already finished, sexual misconduct claims against Kevin Spacey exploded. Ridley Scott refused to let the scandal swamp his film. He recast 87-year-old Christopher Plummer as oil tycoon J. Paul Getty, reshot every Spacey scene, over 400 shots, and still met the December release. The gamble cost millions, but earned Plummer an Academic Award nomination and salvaged the film's legacy. Johnny Depp. Warner's asked for one signature: his resignation. After losing a UK libel case in November 2020, Johnny Depp posted an Instagram note. Warner Brothers had asked him to resign, and he agreed. Depp had shot 1 scene as Grindelwald. Danish Shar Mads Mikkelsen inherited the wand. Depp still pocketed his full 8-figure salary, proof that contracts and reality TV share a trait. Pay-or-play clauses don't care about headlines. Shia LaBeouf. When a director says safety first, the star goes home. Olivia Wilde initially cast Shia LaBeouf opposite Plush Pugh. Rehearsals grew tense. Wilde later told Variety she felt LaBeouf's process was combative and would jeopardize a safe, trusting environment. She replaced him with Harry Styles weeks before shooting. LaBeouf counterclaimed he quit. Regardless, the swap fueled a press circus that eclipsed the plot of the movie and reminded everyone that HR language can headline the trades just as loudly as box office numbers. Armie Hammer. DM scandal sinks a rom-com groom. In January 2021, alleged messages depicting violent sexual fantasies leaked online. Hammer called them BS claims, but stepped away from Shotgun Wedding for My Family. Producers supported the exit and courted Josh Duham to fill the tux. With filming weeks away and Jennifer Lopez headlining, the studio pressed replace to keep the schedule. Armie Hammer's publicist and agency soon dropped him, proving social media scandals can detonate faster than any box office bomb. Conclusion: Hollywood's biggest gamble isn't box office, it's people. From Stoltz's erased McFly to Hammer's DM implosion, each firing exposes a different fault line: creative tone, perceived maturity, moral outrage, money, safety, optics. The pattern is clear. Studios will torch weeks of footage, swallow reshoot budgets, or rewrite contracts overnight if they think it protects the final product. But the question lingers. Would these movies be better or merely different had the original stars stayed? Scroll down, drop your take, and let's argue it out. Is recasting a hidden superpower of cinema or the industry's most ruthless habit?